the fallout and subsequent police investigations after a racist meme circulates through a local school district.
The controversy following Aaron Rodgers' positive COVID diagnosis.
And the Badgers hope to keep their winning streak alive. A closer look at the path to success against Rutgers and the Badger Blueprint. That's coming up. News 3 Now at 10 starts now. And thanks for joining us tonight. A racist picture circulating on social media has upset parents, students, and 2 school districts, and now has the attention of 2 Rock County police departments.
Tahalil Mohideen joins us in studio now with more on this investigation.
This is only part of the image, 2 competing athletes playing football. The rest we've chosen not to share due to its offensive nature. It was an old drawing depicting slavery attached to this photo with the caption, "Slave begs for mercy after master beats viciously." A racist image created by a Milton High School student has the attention of the area's police.
The Janesville Police Department identifies this imagery as offensive and that it has no place in our community.
Police began investigating the incident after they were made aware of a meme circulating among students on Snapchat.
So we're trying to determine if this had further intent behind it by putting this out on social media.
The image features a photo of 2 students, one black, the other white, during a football game, paired with an old drawing of a slave owner whipping a slave, which we've chosen not to share. In a statement, Milton School District officials shared that neither student in the photo was involved in the creation of the racist post. They said, "We want to express our support to the 2 students portrayed in the image and to their families. Their photo was used without their consent in the creation of this racist image. These students have been victimized and deserve compassion and understanding." As for the Milton High School student who did create the image, police are now exploring the possibility of hate crime charges.
The difference is that while there may be free speech issues at play here, the intent behind the message may make the act criminal.
District officials say that given the disturbing nature of the image, students in need of support are being encouraged to reach out to student service team members and guidance counselors for help.
UW police say they have their man and are referring hate crime charges against him for the incident on campus last month. The department says 34-year-old Gary Stevens approached a student of Asian descent on October 16th as they were walking home, slapped their phone out of their hand, and called them a racist slur. Witness statements and security camera footage helped identify Stevens in the unprovoked attack. Also today, Madison police arrested a Madison East High School student in connection to an alleged sexual assault last month. The 17-year-old was arrested on charges of second-degree sexual assault and strangulation. The alleged attack led to multiple days of walkouts at the high school over the district's handling of the incident, which was reported to have happened off campus during homecoming weekend.
Well, let's get a look at our certified most accurate forecast now. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
It's chilly on the backyard patio, but the winds are light, and really it's not that bad of a fall evening. Let's start off by taking a look at the time-lapse from the Edgewater Skycam in Madison. You can see that we had some clouds at times and then some sunshine at other times. Just a typical fall day, although temperatures were on the cool side. And the live view from the Edgewater Skycam right now shows quiet conditions over the capital city. Doppler track still shows some snow showers downwind from Lake Superior and the northern part of Lake Michigan, on the other side of Lake Michigan into lower Michigan. But Wisconsin pretty much in the clear. Low temperatures this morning. We're in the teens north and west of the Wisconsin River. Here in Madison, we were almost that cold. 21 was our overnight low temperature, and high temperatures today only made it up into the lower 40s in most areas. Madison topping out at 43. Current temperatures have dropped into the upper 20s already, but I think these temperatures will only fall a degree or 2 further and then probably hold steady or even rise a little bit overnight as winds become a little more southerly. So by tomorrow morning, we'll be back up to about 28 degrees and look for a high tomorrow of about 49 degrees with partly sunny skies or variably cloudy skies. We'll see a warm up though as we head into the weekend. I'll have more in the forecast in just a few minutes.
Aaron Rodgers, the reigning National Football League MVP, is going to miss this weekend's game against the Chiefs. He tested positive today for COVID-19, and now the question turns to whether he was vaccinated. This was Aaron Rodgers in August.
Aaron, you said you like to learn as many things as you can and hang in any conversation. Are you vaccinated, and what's your stance on vaccinations?
Yeah, I've been immunized.
Sports Director Zach Hanley joins us now to break down what has been a tumultuous day for the Packers and Aaron Rodgers. Zach?
Well, in the offseason, Aaron Rodgers received homeopathic treatment to boost his antibody levels and then asked the league to be considered the same as a vaccinated player because of the treatment. The NFL said no, so he's considered unvaccinated, which is why after testing positive today, Rodgers is out for at least 10 days. The earliest he could be back with the team is the Saturday before the Seahawks game if he's asymptomatic. But vaxxed or no vaxxed, the Packers made it clear they have their QBs back.
I don't think it's a selfish decision. I mean, there's guys across the league who are not vaccinated, and to say that they're not committed to their team, I think that that's not true. I mean, he's our leader, like you said. He's 100% committed to this team, just like anybody else is in this locker room. And just because of status doesn't mean that you're uncommitted or committed.
So with Aaron Rodgers out against the Chiefs, that means Jordan Love gets the nod, and the former first-round draft pick will make his first career start on Sunday.
Zach, thank you. News 3 Now and Channel3000.com will be continuing to follow the story and any other potential discipline the team or Rodgers may face.
State Department of Health Services says children ages 5 to 11 are now able to get the Pfizer pediatric shot in Wisconsin. That announcement comes less than a day after the director of the CDC gave the go-ahead.
Mild side effects can be common, meaning reaction to the vaccine, flu-like symptoms that last a couple days, but they're generally mild and they go away.
UW Health among the healthcare providers that received its first shipment of the children's vials today. SSM Health got its first boxes last night, which can be stored in regular refrigeration for up to 10 weeks. And some people could already have gotten those shots as early as tonight. SSM says it also plans on hosting mobile clinics after school hours at local elementary schools. Parents will need to provide consent for their children to get a shot. Walgreens and CVS stores are starting kids' vaccinations at some of their pharmacies this weekend.
And here's a snapshot of today's COVID numbers in the state. 58% of the population had now received at least one dose of the vaccine. About 55% has completed the series. We're seeing the results of a newly published study showing the effectiveness of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine in the real world. The study followed nearly 9,000 patients who received the J&J shot. Researchers say only 60 of them tested positive. That means the vaccine proved more than 73% effective in reducing infections.
Today, day 3 of the Kyle Rittenhouse trial in Kenosha County, the prosecution moved to video evidence. Kristen Barbarese was in the courtroom today with the latest developments.
A somber afternoon in the courtroom. Rittenhouse more subdued than yesterday, not joking with his attorneys as the jury watched cell phone videos of the shootings. We should warn you, some of this is difficult to watch.
The state's fourth witness, Kenosha Police Detective Martin Howard, took the stand to testify about cell phone videos from the night of the shooting. First up was a video of Rittenhouse from earlier in the night carrying his AR-15.
We don't have non-lethal.
So you guys are full on ready to defend the property?
Yes, we are.
Rittenhouse tells people he's a medic. Then the jury watched the shootings. Detective Howard testified videos show Rosenbaum chasing Rittenhouse. Another man, Joshua Zeminski, fires a shot in the air nearby, and 2.5 seconds later, Rittenhouse shoots.
Shortly thereafter, the defendant fires 4 shots from his AR-15, striking Mr. Rosenbaum all 4 times. Is that correct?
Correct.
At any point in any of those videos, is there any indication that Mr. Rosenbaum had any weapon of any kind?
No.
No gun?
I can only see a plastic bag.
On cross-examination, the defense asked if Rosenbaum was armed earlier in the night. Detective Howard said Rosenbaum had a chain at one point. Next, the jury saw videos of Rittenhouse running. He ends up on the ground and shoots Anthony Huber and Gage Grosskreutz.
How many times did the defendant fire his gun?
8 times.
As the videos played, Rittenhouse kept his head down, not watching the screen.
Testimony ended around 4:30. Detective Howard will be back on the stand tomorrow. Now, before court ended for the day, we learned there's an issue with juror number 7. Apparently, this juror tried to tell a joke to a deputy. Now the state wants this juror removed from the panel. The judge says he needs to hear the juror's side of things, and he will make a decision tomorrow. Reporting in Kenosha, Kristen Barbarese, News 3 Now.
The new Marquette Law School poll just released today showing incumbents in the state will have a hard time getting reelected next year if the elections were to happen now. First for governor, the poll found 40% of registered voters said they would vote to reelect Governor Evers. 53% said they'd vote for someone else. And for U.S. Senator, only 38% of respondents said they would vote for Republican U.S. Senator Ron Johnson again. 52% said they would vote for someone else.
And new tonight, the Racine County Sheriff's Department is now recommending charges against 5 members of the Wisconsin Elections Commission following its own investigation into the 2020 election. The recommended charges include misconduct in office, election fraud, and party to a crime of election fraud. Last month, Sheriff Christopher Schmalling held a press conference where he accused the 5 members of violating state law by telling voting clerks not to use so-called special voting deputy for nursing homes. And still to come tonight, the Badger blueprint to success this weekend at Rutgers. But first, local businesses now turning to third-party organizations to make sure all health protocols are met, while public health works to catch up from the pandemic. We're back after this.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
I have worked at Huff Corps for the last 36 years.
Huff Corps closing the plant, moving production to Mexico.
I gave my life and my body to that place. Ron Johnson pushed through a tax law that rewards outsourcing. Companies can bring profits back from Mexico tax-free. And worse, Ron Johnson profited personally from outsourcing. He has doubled his wealth since taking office. Tell Ron Johnson to stop putting his profits above our jobs.
Get the everyday items you need at Menards. Procter & Gamble has the brands you can trust, whether you need paper towels or dryer sheets. Right now, stock up on all Procter & Gamble products. Get your home tidy with Libman. Whether you're sweeping, mopping, or doing small cleanups, we have the right product for the job. All Libman cleaning products are 11% off right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us.
The LG Wash Tower. Redefine laundry in half the space.
A nursing home promises to care for our parents as cherished loved ones. But if your parents have been injured in a nursing home, we can help. Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Cold and flu season is knocking on the door, and Time for Kids is here to help.
We'll give you tips for keeping pesky respiratory bugs off your doorstep.
And temperatures are starting to slowly climb. We'll take a look at your forecast tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
You are watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
After Madison's Grace Coffee Company made headlines for racking up nearly a dozen public health violations at several of its stores, we've been looking more closely at local health inspections during the pandemic.
Like many operations, routine public health checks were suspended for months while workers focused solely on COVID. Christina Laurie talked to a local business that's turning to a third party to make sure health criteria are being met.
I think it's always been important, right?
Clorox wipes and frequent hand washing have always had a place inside Tim Metcalf's stores.
Because people were actually choosing stores because of that.
Now they're his #1 priority. The local grocer works with a private testing company year-round to ensure his standards are high enough.
So that when public health does come in, it's not, an oh my God type of thing.
To pass any inspection.
We really probably haven't seen them as much during COVID.
Tim's right. Like many operations, Public Health Madison and Dane County has been stretched thin during the pandemic.
So there was a total of about 5 months when they were out of their programs.
From July to November of last year, the department was in emergency response mode.
It was kind of all hands on deck for the pandemic.
Only addressing public health violations as needed. That's why new businesses like Grace Coffee received an initial inspection when they first opened in December of 2019, but didn't get a follow-up until this year.
Those folks that had gone the longest time without a touch from us, those were the ones that we were prioritizing.
Public health officials usually re-inspect new businesses within the calendar year they open. Morgan expects they'll be back on that schedule by next year. Meanwhile, longtime owners only receive inspections after a complaint.
And we've never really had them come back and said, this is, bad or unacceptable.
Which Metcalf has proudly avoided, and Grace's owners plan to as well, from here on out.
We made mistakes, but at the same time, we're here to correct them.
In Madison, Christina Laurie, News 3 Now.
Next at 10, the UW Today announcing this winter's commencement speaker, a familiar face from a popular cable network.
I was asked by the UW-Madison senior class officers to deliver the commencement address this winter, December 19th, at the graduation ceremony at the Kohl Center. And I am more than honored to come back to my alma mater, to the university I love, and my favorite town to deliver the speech at your ceremony.
That is CNN Chief Congressional Correspondent Manu Raju. In a news release, it says Raju got his start in journalism as a student reporter for the Badger Herald.
Well, let's go to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti now with your certified most accurate forecast. Gary?
Well, it's a quiet but cool day today across southern Wisconsin. The time lapse from the WISC Skycam looking out toward the east shows the moon in the eastern sky early this morning. We had some clouds at times. We had some sunshine at times. But all in all, it was just a pretty quiet day. No precipitation around here. And skies actually cleared out a little bit towards sunset, although the clouds are starting to roll back in through the overnight hours. It'll keep our temperatures up a bit for tonight. We'll look for our temperatures to bottom out over the next couple of hours and actually start rising toward tomorrow morning. So while tomorrow will be cool, it won't be quite as cool as today. And then we'll see mild weather for this weekend and much of next week. In fact, high temperatures, especially Sunday and Monday, should be at or above 60 degrees. Dry weather now expected through about next Wednesday morning with better chances for showers, maybe even a couple of thunderstorms by Wednesday afternoon. But temperatures should be above normal for much of that time. Tomorrow, just a tad below normal, the high of 49, but we're up to 53 on Friday. And then you can see those 60s for Sunday and Monday and mid to upper 50s for Saturday and Tuesday and Wednesday as well. Now, the storm system will come through on Thursday will start cooling us down so that our temperatures drop back below normal by the end of next week. And there could even be a couple of flurries of snow mixing in with rain showers, especially at night or in the early morning hours. Last 24 hours, still seeing some snow showers on the eastern portion of Lake Superior into the eastern portion of upper Michigan and into northern portions of lower Michigan. Rain at times, but some of this is in the form of snow. Not much in the way of accumulation, but high temperatures today definitely on the cool side. Only lower 40s through much of Wisconsin. Far northern parts of the state didn't get out of the 30s, but notice out to the west, temperatures about 50 degrees by the time you get into the Dakotas and Nebraska, and around 60 over the western portions of the Dakotas. Weather track right now shows the jet stream starting to shift a little farther to the east. Still have winds out of the north, but out to the west, the jet stream starting to push northward, allowing milder Pacific air to start moving eastward across the country. So that slow process will start warming us up in the short term. High pressure almost directly overhead, so that's like the middle of that cold air mass. Winds pretty light around here, but notice out to the west, those winds mainly out of the south and southwest, and that's what'll start warming up our temperatures over the next couple of days. So while readings right now are in the upper 20s, it's not quite as cold out to the west, and our temperatures actually may rise a little bit overnight. As we look at future track, there'll be some clouds overnight, so that'll keep our temperatures from getting too cold. Tomorrow, back to some sunshine late in the day. Clear skies tomorrow night, and with those winds out of the south, those temperatures will stay milder as we head into Friday and Saturday. So for tomorrow, look for a high temperature of 49. Not quite as cool as today, maybe variably cloudy skies through much of the day, but more sunshine on Friday gets the high up to 53, 56 on Saturday, 60 on Sunday, and 61 on Monday. Chances for rain middle part of next week. We could see some showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, but then as a cold front comes through, notice those low temperatures dropping into the 30s. That means those rain showers could eventually mix with some flakes of snow as we head into next weekend.
All right, Gary, thank you. Just ahead in sports, the Badgers introduced their Grit Factory hat in Saturday's win. Why it's a perfect fit for the program. The Badger Blueprint is next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Thanks to your support, you've helped make MyPillow become one of the fastest growing companies in America. Over the last 12 years, you've helped MyPillow create thousands of jobs right here in the USA. Every MyPillow is made with passion here in my home state of Minnesota to ensure you get the best sleep of your life.
One of the things that I really like about MyPillow is the support. It gives my neck a little hug.
I've never slept better in my life. What's better than a great night's sleep?
Call or go online to take advantage of my best offer ever. For a limited time, when you use your promo code, you can get premium MyPillows regularly $69.98, now only $29.98. That's right, only $29.98. That's the lowest price ever. I tried every pillow from expensive down pillows that just went flat to fiber-filled pillows that rebound every time you move your head. I even tried those memory foam pillows, and the curve did not match my neck, and it probably won't match yours. That's why I invented MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck supported and aligned.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
MyPillow has a 10-year warranty. It's machine washable and dryable. And I back them with my 60-day money-back guarantee. Call or go online now to take advantage of my best offer ever. Use the promo code to get queen-size premium MyPillows regularly $69.98 for only $29.98. Get king-size MyPillows for just $5 more. It's the lowest price ever. This is a limited time offer and not available in stores. Don't delay, order now. With our 60-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Sleep well, America!
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
He doesn't just talk.
Democrat Alex Lasry
Gets it done. Helped build Pfizer Forum on progressive values. Wages, $15 an hour. Materials, 80% from Wisconsin. Environmentally cutting edge.
Alex Lasry.
Leader on social justice. Proven activist for voting rights.
Alex Lasry.
The Democrats have beat Ron Johnson. It's why Alex Lasry is endorsed by Wisconsin's leading unions. For Senate, Alex Lasry.
I'm Alex Lasry, and I approve this message.
Celebrating 40 years of winners and readers. It's Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Taste Party. Monday, November 15th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Edgewater. Sample food and drinks, enjoy music, and meet some of this year's winners. It's Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Taste Party. Monday, November 15th at the Edgewater. Tickets are online now. Presenting sponsor, Willersheim Winery and Distillery. And supporting sponsors, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and Beef Butter Barbecue.
I got it literally yesterday. I got that hat yesterday and wrote it in Sharpie, and $7 turned into a big-time thing.
Thanks to a trip to Ragstock for a Halloween costume, the Grit Factory has taken Wisconsin football by storm. Force a turnover, and you get to put on the hat. But the Grit Factory isn't just a turnover prop. It epitomizes what this defense is and how they want to play.
We're all about, having gritty dudes around and, showing a lot of grit out there on the D. And I think, it kind of showed up today.
When you talk about the Grit Factory, I mean, this is the factory of grit, the University of Wisconsin. So, it's so fitting, and I mean, I just love how it took off.
Welcome to the Badger Blueprint. He's Wisconsin State Journal columnist Jim Polzine. I'm Zach Hanley. And even Paul Chris had a little chuckle about the Grit Factory. And Jim, that defense set the tone early and often against Iowa.
Yeah, Paul Chris isn't normally a turnover prop guy, but I understand why he's okay with it. This defense has been carrying this team on their backs all season long, and you know it just continues. It sounds like a broken record, but every week it's the same thing. They play hard, they play smart, and lately they've been getting turnovers.
First couple games of the season, the Badger offense didn't really look good. Turnovers were up, points were down, they couldn't run the ball, and the passing game was non-existent. But things have started to come together during this 4-game win streak, and even though Saturday's stats didn't jump off the page at you, the offense is trending up thanks to some hard conversations that happened at practice before the Illinois game.
You could tell there were guys that were kind of, slacking on stuff, or there was a lack of confidence or a lack of knowledge on things, and we kind of just said like, hey, like we got to pick it up, and we've been doing that each week. It's getting, each week is more and more intense, and as a football player, you like to see that because it shows that guys care.
We're really just playing off each other. I mean, we're doing great in the run game, and the passing game's coming together. We're playing off each other, and really that energy's just feeding all together.
Normally it's the run setting up the pass for the Badgers, but it seemed like it was the other way around against the Hawks.
Yeah, I think everybody in that stadium was surprised. Certainly Iowa was surprised when Wisconsin came out throwing. They threw on 8 of their first 17 plays. Nobody saw that coming. But you need to do that. You need to be balanced. This team has been very one-dimensional, just run team only. They need to throw the ball a little better. They did in the first quarter. I mean, it didn't progress that way the rest of the game, but I thought the first quarter, into the second quarter, that this passing offense finally looked like maybe we expected it to.
It's officially November, and that means every game left on Wisconsin's schedule means that much more. In recent history, the Badgers have dominated during this month. Since 2014, they're 22-4 in November, and this group plans to add 4 more to that total.
November football is, I feel like everybody kind of calls it as championship football. November football kind of determines, a lot of things.
This is, what you strive for in the winter and in the summer. These big games when it comes down to the end of the year, you got, the must-win games.
Every game is a playoff game for us. We know it's when to go home, and we have our goals still intact for us, and we want to accomplish them.
Up first is a trip to Rutgers. Sometimes I forget they're still in the Big Ten because these teams rarely play.
Yeah, and this starts a stretch where the schedule is pretty favorable for Wisconsin. You talked about that record in November. I think they can add to that. Certainly they don't want to look too far ahead, and I think that's the one thing this team's been doing really since the Michigan loss. They realized that was kind of the breaking point. They couldn't lose the rest of the season, so I think they've treated every game like a Big Ten championship game.
Now, you mentioned the final 4 games, Rutgers, Nebraska, Northwestern. I think we can both agree that the battle for the Yaks is Wisconsin's toughest test left, and they should win them all.
They really should. I've come around on this team, and mainly because of the way they played the last 2 weeks against ranked opponents. You remember we talked about how this program's identity had kind of turned into not beating the best teams on their schedule. Well, the last 2 weeks they've kind of changed that narrative. It's become more of a complete team.
After what happened last year, just to take that back, it felt so good.
The Bull is back. The Badgers put into words what taking the trophy back meant to them. That's next on the Badger Booth.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites, and always a smile.
At U.S. Cellular, we know the local landscape, so we can help everyone stay connected for less. And less also means more, as in more choice. While the other guys may limit your options, at U.S. Cellular, you choose any phone and we make it free. That's right. Visit our store and any phone you see is free. Plus, get unlimited data for $30 a month and get the most out of our state-of-the-art network, wherever you choose to go. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
When winter gets tough, get tougher. Outwork it. Outsmart it. Chew it up. Spit it back out. Put winter in its place with the X Series. Engineered for extreme. Visit your local Cub Cadet dealer for expert advice, superior service, and now, exceptional financing options. Take advantage of the X Series lineup today. To find a locally owned dealer near you, visit CubCadetDealers.com.
It's time to get holiday ready with Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks. Or with Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And come home in a Ford Bronco Sport. That's how you get holiday ready. Get a Ford F-150 with 0 for 60 and 500 retail bonus cash, plus complimentary maintenance when you sign up for Ford Pass Rewards. See your Ford dealer today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
A celebration of life, love, laughter, and Fiddler on the Roof.
At Overture Center, November 16th through 21st. Tickets at overture.org.
What is all this?
We call them options.
Options? Don't make me laugh.
Unbeatable selection without the drama. 2 pair plus a free eye exam as low as $59.95.
Measuring jump around on a seismic scale Thursday at 6.
There's nothing better than beating a rival, and for the 8th time in the last 10 meetings, the Badgers beat the Hawks to take home the Heartland Trophy, and after not having the bowl in Madison all of last year, celebrating with the trophy was a special feeling.
I remember always thinking, like, I want to do that one day, and I want to be a senior who gets to go out winning a trophy. And that's kind of one of the biggest parts of being a senior, is that you get to grab the trophy and take it back into the locker room. And it was pretty emotional, I'd say.
This game doesn't have much of a history, but it's still a big one. Jim, did the Badgers start off November with a win?
You know, Rutgers runs the ball pretty well, but that's obviously works to Wisconsin's favor. They stop the run really well. As long as Wisconsin limits mistakes, I think they're going to win this one going away. So, yes, I think Wisconsin will win.
I mean, it is Rutgers. Their wins are against Temple, Syracuse, Delaware, and Illinois. Wisconsin, 3-0 all-time against them. They're going to be 4-0 after this Saturday. And that's it for this week's Badger Blueprint. For Jim Polzine, I'm Zach Hanley. Thanks for watching.
And Gary's here with the final check.
Feels like football weather. Charlotte, temperature in Madison right now?
Right there, a nice 27
degrees, but at least tomorrow we should warm back up to about 49. And the 7 to 10 day forecast, we've got a warm up, 60s by the weekend, and some rain chances the middle of next week.
Thank you, Gary, and thank you for joining us. Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.